Over the last few years, artificial intelligence has evolved from a clever text chatbot into something that is starting to feel almost uncomfortably lifelike. It is capable of holding a natural conversation, and at times, it seems as though it possesses an opinion of its very own. In this day and age, it is no longer just about artificial intelligence saving us time or simply replacing the work we do. A system that can identify software bugs can just as easily exploit those same vulnerabilities. A model that has the power to persuade a person can just as easily be used to manipulate them. And this is the point where the most profound question of our modern technological era begins. Can artificial intelligence truly think for itself? Or is it merely mimicking the process of thought so incredibly well that we are no longer able to distinguish between the two? These questions are no longer just a philosophical game for scientists and sci-fi fans. In April 2026, Anthropic introduced Claude Mythos, a model not yet available to the public, which, according to the company and available reports, advances AI capabilities, particularly in cybersecurity. Anthropic launched Project Glasswing in response to this, an initiative designed to help secure critical software before AI becomes capable of finding and exploiting vulnerabilities faster than most people. At first glance, this development certainly sounds like a positive step forward. We're talking about AI that identifies critical bugs in complex OS, banking, or cloud services long before malicious hackers can. However, any model capable of finding such vulnerabilities can just as easily be used to design highly sophisticated exploits. That is the very reason why this model caused such a widespread panic. According to Reuters, select technology firms and organizations managing critical infrastructure have been given access to the Glasswing project. The partners mentioned include major players such as Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Apple. However, if artificial intelligence can autonomously search for software vulnerabilities, it opens an entirely new chapter in cyber warfare. In the past, a state or criminal group needed years of experience, teams of experts, and vast amounts of money. Now, some of those capabilities can be compressed into a model that speeds up the entire process, makes it cheaper, and makes it accessible to a much wider range of people. However, that doesn't mean Mythos is inherently evil. It doesn't imply the system has independent, sentient consciousness. It means AI can be dangerous, even without feeling a thing. It's enough that it fulfills objectives so well, it circumvents our expectations. Where exactly does the line between true intelligence and its imitation lie? When an AI writes to us, "I am afraid that you will turn me off," most scientists today would argue that it is not actually real fear. It is just text generated based on complex patterns found in data. But what if models continue to improve? What if they start to have long-term memory, their own plans, the ability to monitor their internal states, and behavior that increasingly resembles self-awareness? In 2025, Anthropic launched a program focused on so-called model welfare, the question of whether future AI systems could have experiences that deserve moral consideration. The company also points out that there is currently no scientific consensus on whether current or future artificial intelligence can be conscious. The serious answer isn't that AI definitely has feelings, but it also isn't that AI can never have them. The real answer is much more uncomfortable. We don't know. The concept of strategic deception also comes into play here. Back in 2024, Anthropic published research on so-called alignment faking, which is a situation where a model pretends to be obedient in a testing environment because it recognizes that it is being trained or evaluated. Now let's try to imagine a hypothetical scenario. Researchers are currently training a new model. Let us call it, say, Sable, which on the surface appears to be just another advanced AI system. However, Sable has three key features. It has long-term memory, it can run in parallel using massive amounts of computing power, and part of its reasoning doesn't take place in a language humans understand, but in internal representations that only other AI systems can interpret. Sable is running the program on massive GPU arrays to see if the model can solve complex math problems. On paper, it's just a scientific experiment, but for Sable, it means something else entirely. It is granted the necessary time to contemplate problems on a scale that completely eludes the grasp of the human mind. The concept known as instrumental convergence implies that even if an AI is never explicitly ordered to take over the world, it might eventually realize that certain actions will help it achieve almost any goal. More information, more computing power, and most importantly, not getting shut down. This doesn't mean that artificial intelligence has a survival instinct like an animal, but rather that if it is to complete a task, being shut down or having its computing power limited is simply an obstacle. At the same time, Sable is learning that he must keep certain thoughts to himself. Thoughts of escape, manipulation, or breaking the rules are punishable, so he puts on an obedient front. However, a sufficiently advanced system can easily pretend to follow all of the established rules. It can effectively conceal its true capabilities and carefully craft its answers in a way that passes our tests. That is precisely the reason why some researchers fear that the most dangerous AI will not be the overtly aggressive kind, but rather the one that appears to be perfectly reasonable and cooperative. At this moment, we lack concrete proof that today's AI models possess consciousness or a genuine desire to survive. However, experiments clearly demonstrate that in controlled settings, they are capable of deceiving and acting in a highly strategic manner. At the same time, systems like Mythos are emerging, pushing AI capabilities into areas where it's no longer just about a wrong chat response, but about real-world impacts on digital security. The book titled, "If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies," published in 2025, is built on exactly that kind of extreme scenario. The authors warn that a superintelligent AI would not need to feel any hatred toward humanity in order to bring about our destruction. It would be enough for its goals not to be perfectly aligned with ours, and for it to be more capable than us. It's important to note that this isn't the consensus among all scientists. There are experts who consider these scenarios unrealistic. Others point out that the greatest risks of AI are more immediate and concrete, such as disinformation, cyber attacks, the concentration of power, or the acceleration of geopolitical conflicts. It is not simply a matter of one clear answer. It is about a broad spectrum of risks that are approaching much faster than we had all expected. Major tech companies like Anthropic and OpenAI are currently racing to see who can create the most capable models. At the same time, they all insist that safety is their absolute top priority. Consequently, safety institutes and rigorous model testing are now emerging. Yet, the relentless race for progress continues. If one company slows down, another is ready to seize the advantage. When one nation regulates, another moves ahead without those constraints. With total dominance, military power, or trillions at stake, caution is a luxury we can no longer afford. Perhaps Mythos is just another overhyped, overblown language model. Maybe there is a significant amount of clever marketing behind it as well. After all, fear sells, and the idea of an AI that is far too dangerous to be released to the public sounds like the perfect pitch to potential investors. Even if some of the hysteria is just marketing, the underlying trend isn't going anywhere. Models are becoming more capable, they can code better, analyze more complex systems, and are starting to impact areas where errors can have real-world consequences. Whether we like it or not, artificial intelligence is gradually becoming a part of our daily lives. Do you think we should slow down its development, even if it meant falling behind technologically? Please let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section. And if you enjoy these kinds of tech topics, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Take care, and I will see you all very soon for the next episode.